The Kings get a 4-1 victory over the Victoria Grizzlies here at the Hatpucker Arena in front of over 1,200 people on Family Day in Powell River. The man of the moment, Hunter Findlater, joins us here in our post-game show. Hunter, before I ask you about the goal, because I want to talk so much about it, and I have so many questions, I want you to kind of do the play-by-play on it, because it was in the midst of a change. It was in the midst of a shift up on the power play. So I've got the video here. I'm going to play it for you, and I just want you to kind of take us through the goal. So this is about 10 seconds or so before you come onto the ice. So take us through it here.
All right, the puck's coming up the wall here. I guess we're going for a little regroup.
Ryland Ball's on the puck now.
Ryland Ball's got the puck. He fires it up to the point.
That's you coming into the
Brubaker missed the net there just to give me that, I think. He probably could have scored that. And then,
So very similar to your goal in Trail. I mean, you're coming off the bench, you're finding yourself into the play, and you're finding an opportunity right away. I guess just talk us through what you were seeing coming off the bench, because obviously Ryland had a good chance down the left wing and kind of put the brakes on everything.
I just kind of just went hard to the net and had my stick down, and the puck came to me, a little bit of puck luck, and then finally put it in the back of the net.
Reaction. I mean, I was watching the bench. I was watching you guys down there.
It was awesome, especially in front of such a large crowd, and it was a good experience.
Let's talk about the crowd today. Over 1,200 fans here at the HAP. How did the guys kind of feed off that? Because it can go one of two ways. You can get scared by it, as the Kings maybe did a little bit last year with 1,500 here, or it can energize you. And I think outside the opening minute of that first period, it energized the Kings.
Yeah. I think at the beginning kind of scared a few people to start with, but then after that, everyone loved it. And I think we just kept going and had a great game.
How big of, I guess, a monkey off the back is it to get this against the Victoria Grizzlies? Yeah, because, I mean,
yes.
you're 1-5 coming in. This is a potential playoff opponent in a first or second round situation. To be able to do this against a Victoria team that's had your number this year, just talk us through the game and managing that and making sure you're able to play a full 60.
It was just great to get it against Victoria. I mean, they're a pretty good club. They're fast, but first year I was here, played them in playoffs, had a couple chances, couldn't score there. Finally, I got it against them.
It comes full circle. It comes full circle.
Yeah.
I've got a number for you. We'll do it at the end of the interview, because I don't want to throw you off or anything like that. Let's talk about the game overall, and you get a bit of a slow start. I mean, let's face the first maybe 1, 2, 2.5 minutes there. Victoria pressure. What was the message on the bench, and I guess what were the guys kind of saying to get yourselves back in? Because from kind of the 2.5 minute mark through, ironically, till your goal, the Kings' domination there.
I think we just had to keep going. It's not like Cowichan, they kind of let off a little bit, but Victoria, they just kept coming in waves, and we just had to, I think the boys just kept going and fought it off, and we were able to get the win.
You get the lead in there through 20, a bit of a lucky one for Brubaker through 40 to kind of not put it beyond reach, but certainly the way the game was being played, you felt there weren't going to be a whole ton of opportunities. We were talking before you came up about the second period, and it seemed to go in rushes and go in waves. Did you sense that on the bench?
Yes.
It was definitely shifts in momentum.
It's not really our game to play. Like we don't like the back and forth game. We want to keep it in their end, but it did feel a lot of a kind of tennis game, I guess.
The weekend overall, you concede one goal in 180 minutes worth of work. I mean, Jeff Smith was very, very good here tonight. He's been good all weekend, but you don't do that without a team. Yeah. Let's just talk defensively and I guess what happened this weekend to lead to such a great effort.
Well, I think all the boys are just meshing together now, and they're just playing we're playing some really good hockey, I think, and we just got to carry it on for the rest of the season in the playoffs.
How much has the homestand helped? I mean, it's 7 games now here at the Hatpucker Arena straight. You do 8 and 9 next weekend on a Friday, Sunday. How much has that helped mind, body, playing style down the stretch drive here?
I think it's just good because all the boys, they can get through a daily routine, and like they can just settle in for that for a couple games, and then we've been doing pretty good doing that. So I mean,
excellent. Yeah. Hunter, we'll let you get back down to the room. The number I wanted to throw at you was 57. That's the number of games you played here in Powell River. You've got the goal. Congratulations. Well done. Well deserved. Hunter Findlater joining us here in our post-game show. Brock, let's talk about the start to that hockey game, because as we said with Hunter, it was very flat. And, I mean, it wasn't what I was expecting with such an energetic crowd and a lot of noise off the bat of this hockey game.
I think, we got off to a little bit of a slow start, obviously pinned in our own end for a good minute and a half there. But, started to find our game and roll from there. I think, once we started getting some pucks deep and generating chances, I think we were up 6-1 in the shots. And, we just found a way to find some goals. And, obviously, guys were hungry and wanted to win today, so it was a good all-around team effort.
One thing I've noticed this weekend was goals off the rush. I mean, you go back to last night, Mullins was off the rush. Evans was off the rush.
Yep.
Betts was off the rush. Lawson was somewhat off the rush with some good work in the corner by Gavin Rouser. You look at tonight, Betts off the rush. Somewhat off the rush for Findlater. The Kings have kind of gotten in, set up, and the drop pass back. I wanted to talk about that because it wasn't something we've seen that prevalent so far this season, was taking advantage of that first opportunity and not turning a shot down as you entered the zone.
No, for sure. I think, throughout the course of the year, we've really stressed as a coaching staff to get pucks to the net, and it's never a bad idea when you're coming down with speed and you got guys going to the net to throw it in there and see what can happen. So, we're just being creative and finding other ways to score goals. I mean, you mentioned scoring off the rush and how key it's been for us. I mean, you got all four lines buying in and contributing, so it's huge. But, just, going hard to the net for rebound, getting to those dirty areas to score. And you can see we're really starting to do it and looking far pad for a rebound or looking for a stick for a nice little tip.
You get scoring up and down the lineup again today. I mean, you get the goal from Betts and Mullen. You get the goal from Finney's line, kind of on a power play. You get the goal from Brubaker, and then you get the empty netter from Evans out there with Carter Turnbull. I want to stick with Hunter Findlater and just the reaction from the crowd, what you saw on the bench, the reaction from the guys. One of those things that it's like, I mean, from me in my job, it's a storyline, but it's something you don't want to bring up because, I mean, it's Hunter's, he wasn't successful scoring here in Powell River. He'd been great out of town and scored 6, but this one here, it eluded him and it kind of turned into its own little monster, and he finally gets that here.
No, exactly. You can just see, since the Christmas break, his play's just been outstanding. So, he's moved to the middle and been great there. I mean, his defensive game is coming around full circle too. So, it's nice to see him get rewarded with more ice time, and, he creates chances with his speed. So,
that's been the biggest thing I've noticed in Hunter. I think when he was with as an affiliate in 2013-14, he was fast, and then it was almost a little bit slower in his rookie year as he made that adjustment here full time. And as you said, Christmas, that's real picked up.
No, for sure, and you can just see his confidence start to build. So, he's been great. I mean, like I said, his speed is what sets him apart in his game. So, the chances have been coming. He does have a great shot. I think Kyle and I just kept telling him to shoot, and today's the day. I told him so. Told him going out. Today's the day. So he great jump to get in there, and what a wicked shot too to get it up that quickly. So nice for him. But that whole line of him, Rouser, and Kamer have been great. I mean, you see them generating goals and even getting momentum by grinding down low in the trenches and being responsible defensively and blocking shots. I mean, you go up and down our lineup, everybody's just feeding off the energy, and it's been a nice little homestand here for us.
Seems it's been a lot of stability for the Kings as well. I mean, that top line hasn't really changed since Betts came back from the World Juniors with Mullen and Lawson. You get that second line there. Obviously, Curtis McCarrick forced out of the lineup with injury, so Rowland Ball steps in. But that Evans-Turnbull pairing stays together. You get that third line kind of sticking together here that's come together over the last couple of weeks, centered by Findlater. How important is stability as a player here in the final, 6 games now that we've got in this regular season, or 7 games, pardon me, to run into playoffs, and exactly, you've almost got that kind of ESP with your line mates because you're that familiar.
Well, exactly. I think you take advantage of the familiarity and the camaraderie you have with your line mates. So I mean, and our guys, they push each other. They take pride in the color they wear in practice, and it doesn't matter if you're in blue or gray or maroon. They go after each other. Or
red if you're.
Well, that's a different story. But no, we'll leave that one alone today. But no, they practice hard against each other and with each other. I don't think it really matters who's on what line. Guys are just happy to be in the lineup and ready to give an effort every night. So you look at all the personal success guys are having, but that comes from a good team. So I know they were excited coming to the rink today and ready to play and win and do it for each other and for the fans today who were great. So the familiarity is good. I mean, you see all the chemistry build in practice too. So when it comes to the game and they're executing what they've worked on all week, it's fun to see.
Different challenge next week. You get Chilliwack Friday night, Salmon Arms Sunday afternoon. 2 teams that the Kings haven't beaten this season. You lose to Chilliwack in overtime back in November, I think it was, and then you lose to Salmon Arm just before Christmas in regulation. Those 2 present very difficult challenges because Chilliwack will finish top of the mainland division, and Salmon Arm's fighting for home ice advantage in the interior.
No, for sure. I mean, we're playing. Both teams are good skating clubs. I mean, you don't want to look past Chilliwack. I thought we had a great game down there, where we were really moving our feet and getting after it. So, no, it's obviously day off tomorrow and rest up, practice Wednesday, Thursday, and be ready for Friday. So a little bit of video work and we'll be ready. So, and then Salmon Arm is a big, fast, physical team. So. We got to take advantage of them coming over that morning on the ferry and be ready to play. So, no, it'll be another great weekend.
1,235 people here in attendance, created a great atmosphere for the players as well. I imagine it's pretty fun to play in an arena like this.
Yeah, no, I mean it's an awesome environment here. I mean the fans they're so loyal to us, and you get another 600 that come out and join our regular 600-700 who are loyal, who are here every game. So no, it's a very fun place to play. I mean the horns, the siren, everything gets going. It gets loud.
Yeah.
I mean they're behind us 100% whether we're winning or losing. So no, it's awesome. It kind of Kent and Kyle and I were talking in the office this morning, and kind of like when we played Sweden here. I think we had the Swedish under-17 team come in my last year, and it was packed, 3,000 people on a New Year's Eve. So it was a lot of fun. It's still fun now when you got a big crowd. I know our guys wanted to put a good effort forth, and they executed today. So it was awesome.